On a incredibly windy Thursday afternoon, we are live from Lakota East with some GMC softball between the Lakota East Thunderhawks and the Oak Hills Highlanders. Taking the mound today for Lakota East is Kaylee Crawford, the GMC leader in ERA with a .061 ERA. That is almost a whole point ahead of the GMC's second in ERA, who happens to be Annalise Zabo for Oak Hills with a 1.98. We are just about ready to get underway. Leading off for Oak Hills is Brooke Hoffmeyer. On deck is number 9, Emily Lecoq.
Now batting number 2, Brooke Hoffmeyer.
And we are ready to go here. Wind is blowing towards home plate, so imagine a lot of balls going to be flying up and in. First pitch is a ball. And we are underway here from Lakota East. The pitch from Crawford. Outside yet again. As if she's trying to back up Hoffmeyer, and we're in a quick 2-0 count. Pitch called a strike, clipped the right side of home plate, and Crawford gets her first strike of the game. Swinging strike there, and we are all evened up at 2. Down 2-0. Crawford has worked her way back into this one. The pitch. Swinging strike 3. No, fouled off, and it will remain a 2-2 count. Excuse my error there. Two again, the pitch. Swinging, strike 3. And Crawford gets her first of the game.
Batting number 9, Emily Lecoq.
Emily Lecoq steps up to the plate now. She will take a strike basically right down the middle of the zone. So it's a 0-1 count. Just high, that'll be ball 1 now. The 1-1 count to Lecoq, swings through it for strike number 2. Crawford looking for another strikeout here. Popped up high in the air, out to right field. It'll fall. There was some miscommunication between Yori Schulte and Addison Morath, and it falls in between them, a single for Lecoq. Now batting is number 11, Sasha Emmerich. She will swing through that one. Takes another strike. It's quickly an 0-2 count. That's high for ball one. Discussion between Avery and Crawford, and another high pitch. Count even at 2. Fouled back, remains a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch from Crawford swings through it for strike 3. And Crawford off to a great start here. Now batting is number 23, Peyton Veneman, one of the seniors on this team. Outside for ball one. Pitch swings right through it. An attempted steal is good by Lecoq. So it's a 1. It is a 1-1 count. But now Lecoq is on second base. High pitch. It is now a 2-1 count. Just outside. It's ball 3, and the ball gets out of the hands of Crawford. They try to get Lecoq, and they do on an attempted steal of third base, and that will be the inning. We'll step away for just a moment. Back for the bottom of the first now. Due up for Lakota East is leading off. Kaylor Schultz, the left fielder, then Yori Schulte at second base, and then Kaylee Crawford in the hole, the pitcher. Kaylor Schultz ready to start off this Lakota East. She fouls it back, strike 1. She'll swing through a ball on the outside. Strike two now to East's left fielder. Little pop up to first base, and it is caught. That'll be the first out for outside ball to Yori Schulte. That'll be a low ball, or a low strike in the zone. Evens the count at 1. The pitch on the way, swinging strike 2. Zabo in motion and a foul. Count remains 1-2. Schulte steps out of the batter's box to reset. Now ready. Wind up pitch, high, ball 2. Quickly lines back up now. She'll hit one. Little bloop fly to the back of second base, and it is caught by Lecoq. 2 away now. Now here comes Kaylee Crawford, the pitcher, who has been quite the star for Lakota East so far. Not just on the hitting side, but the pitching as well.
Kaylee is actually one of 3 sisters, and she has an older brother, but all 3 sisters have or are playing Lakota East softball, with her dad being the coach. Older sister Hallie Crawford graduated in 2018, I want to say, and she played her entire high school career. And little sister Mila Crawford is actually a pitcher, and on the JV team last game against Springboro, she caught.
Very versatile family there, to say the least. The 2-1 count now for Crawford. She's ready. The motion gonna be ball 3. And Crawford has worked herself into a favorable 3-1 count now. And outside ball 4, Crawford will take a walk on 5 pitches. And now Haley Thompson, the third baseman, will step up to bat. Interesting move here from head coach Crawford to put back-to-back lefties in the lineup. Typically with left-handed hitters, you kind of want to spread them out a little bit. But hey, if they're hitting well, he knows more than I do. So the pitch swinging through it, strike 1. Time called. Yeah, with the wind, a baseball from the neighboring JV field blew over. The neighboring JV baseball field. It was a little baseball flew onto the field, and one of the players, because there's a JV game going on right now, he just called for it. Whatever happens, who knows? Oh, 2 count now to Haley Thompson. Zaba with the pitch, high, ball 1. Quick jump from the catcher. Crawford is back at first. Wind up pitch. Popped up high. Gonna sail out of bounds onto our roof. And the count will remain 1-2. Once again, the 1-2 to Haley Thompson. She will hit it out to center field. And right under it is the center fielder. That'll be the inning. We will be right back. Caitlin Veneman will step back into the box with a renewed at-bat due to the pickoff at third base. She will take ball 1. Top of the second now from Lakota East. Score remains 0-0 as Crawford throws ball 2 high. Swings through it there. Third pitch of the at-bat, and it's now a 2-1 count. Wind up in the pitch. Fouled back, and it's a 2-2 count. Bit of a reset for Veneman. She'll step back into the box. A 2-2. High, and it's going to be a full count. The payoff pitch from Crawford. Just off the plate. And there's already trouble off the walk for Veneman.
Number 13,
Mariah Cook now steps up to the plate. She only has 2 hits on this season so far. She'll lay down a bunt, which will roll backwards and out of bounds. Strike 1. Pitch flies backwards, and it'll be quickly an 0-2 count.
Kaylee Crawford out here looking for another strikeout, as she has already collected 17. Now make that 18 on the season.
That strikeout for Crawford is her second on the game. She is near the top of the GMC in strikeouts. And another laid down bunt attempt, this time by Hackworth. She just misses it for strike number 1. Strike 3 swinging, and Crawford has back-to-back strikeouts in this inning.
Crawford making quick work of this team.
Taylor Randall swings through strike 1. And it's safe to say Crawford has really gotten comfortable on the mound after that first at-bat walk. Fouls it back. It's now 0-2 yet again for Crawford. That's drilled down the line, but foul. Count remains 0-2. Crawford trying to dispatch the side. And she will look at strike 3 right down the middle, strikes out the side, and we will head to break still 0-0. Bottom of the second about to get underway, and Avery Schulte, the catcher, will be stepping up to the plate to lead off the inning for Lakota East. Fouls it back for strike number 1.
Avery Schulte only has 2 hits this whole season, but one of them was a home run. Can we watch her send it over the fence again?
We will see. This is a great pitching duel between two of the best in the GMC. High pop-up will sail over the fence, foul, and that is now a 0-2 count.
Now, Avery, that is not what I meant by over the fence, but we like the effort.
The 0-2 to Avery Schulte. And she will hit it just on the foul side of the third baseline. And it is once again an 0-2 count.
And even though this weather has been kind of off and on with some drizzle earlier today, we finally are seeing the sun shining.
You love to see that. I was worried for a second when I got here earlier. It was starting to rain a little bit, but it cleared up quickly, and now some beautiful weather, albeit a little windy.
Hey, I'll take the wind over the rain any day, with this game being moved from yesterday to today because of the rain.
Juliet Sudnick up to bat now. She is undoubtedly Lakota East's top hitter with a .500 batting average and 6 hits already on the season. She will take one right down the middle. 0-2 looking. Szabo's in line to get another strikeout in this inning. That one just a little high. 1-2 count. One two to Szabo. Swinging strike 3 for Sudnick. And a quick killing for the first 2 batters of this lineup. But maybe the shortstop, Maddie Offner, has something different to say about that.
Now, can we talk about the color fashion sense of these players, Liam? Look at those gloves.
Are we talking
Maddie's,
yes, the
look at
neons,
Maddie's
the
gloves.
Very neon, you know.
Hey, I mean, I'm accustomed to the ice cream style of our baseball team personally, but hey, I'll take any colorful gloves where we can get them.
Especially on a black and white uniform. Throwing some color in, always nice to see.
Hey, we've seen it with our football team, with Kitna also pushing orange into his colors. I don't know how I feel about that one. I prefer the pink of the volleyball team, but that's just my opinion.
Pink, I feel like it goes better with anything. Orange has like a select number of colors that you can really tie it with.
Maddie just looking for one more ball on this game so she can walk her wonderful butt over to first base.
She thought she had it right there, but it was called a strike just on the edge of home plate. And now going from a 3-0 count to a full count. And now Offner has to think about her pitches a little more here. Wind up in the pitch. Sails backwards, and we remain at a full count. Can Szabo strike out the side? Yes, she can. A 1-2-3 inning, all on strikeouts, and we remain scoreless heading to the third. Top of the third now, and the third baseman, Kelsey Schuler, a standout freshman on the Oak Hills offense, will step up to the plate. I'll say check swing, strike one call. And right down the gut now, a quick 0-2 count to Schuler.
Let's see if Kaylee can make this a fast game, just like she did the last inning.
Just high is the ruling, and that'll be the first ball of this at bat. Little pop of the shoulder from Schuler, who will foul it back as it remains a 1-2 count. One interesting thing about this umpire, instead of standing straight back, you see he kind of stands over to the side. I'm not entirely sure what that stance is, but at the end of the day, as long as he's getting the calls right.
Well, Liam, speaking of getting the calls right, what do you think about the MLB's new ABS system?
I think it's certainly interesting. Crawford gets that strikeout there. Her fifth already of the game. But back to ABS, I think it definitely has its pros and its cons. Ultimately, I think if the players are in favor of it, then I'm in favor of it, because ultimately they're the ones that it should be impacting. Right?
So do you not think that it impacts the umpires at all?
I think it can honestly call out some umpires for their lackluster calls, especially ones that really should have retired a long time ago. Quick flip. Sudnick to Schulte, and it's 2 away.
Number 2, Brooke Hoffmeyer.
Now Hoffmeyer steps up to bat. Oak Hills has worked their way around the lineup. She will take ball number 1. In her last at bat, Hoffmeyer did strike out swinging. She'll take a high ball there. It's a 2-0 count. The pitch fouled away, and it's a 2-1 count now. Just a quick reset for Brooke Hoffmeyer. She steps out of the box. Now she's ready. Crawford ready. Wind up and pitch. Just high to the top right corner of the strike zone, and it'll be a 3-1 count. Crawford has already walked one in this game. In trouble of giving up her second. It's hit to shortstop, but plenty of time to make it over to first base for Hoffmeyer, and she is on base, giving a 2-out single. And now Emily Lecoq steps up to bat. She got a single as well in her last at-bat. That was from the miscommunication between Schulte and Morath. Ball 1 just on the outside. Tilly, it seems like Crawford's starting to get a little loose with her pitches. A lot of balls recently. doesn't matter. Morath makes the catch in right field. And that will be it for the top of the third. We will step away for just a quick moment. Welcome back, bottom of the third, ready to get underway. And leading off for Lakota East is Carly Damon playing center field. She'll take one right down the gut, strike one call. Still scoreless through 2.5. Until you really got to credit those pitchers out there for what they've been able to do to limit the scoring so far and even limit the base runners.
Yeah, I mean, the pitchers are really carrying this game, just keeping both offenses at bay.
Zabo into the windup, and it's fouled back quickly, an 0-2 count for Carly Damon. And I mean, so far this Oak Hills defense, they haven't really had to do much. Outside of a lone single and walk, there's been no base runners for Lakota East to this point.
This is quite the introduction to the GMC matchups that this East team will be seeing this season. This game is their first in-conference game all season, with them being the only GMC team that hasn't faced another.
And considering both of these teams are 3-2 through this season so far, this should be a pretty level matchup, and we are seeing that as Morath swings through strike number one. Morath made a pretty solid diving catch out there to end the last half inning. We're looking for her to make a big impact here. Try to give some life to that dugout. The 0-2. Strike three swinging. The fifth for Zabo on the mound. And we work our way back around. Kaylor Schultz, the left fielder, will step up to the plate. Wind is still ferociously blowing back towards home plate from left field as Schultz fouls one back. That one's low. Gonna be called a strike by the umpire. So far, there's been little resistance in this inning to Zabo's pitching, as not even a ball has been thrown in this one. And I just jinxed it a little bit there. Ball one. So the first ball of the inning gives Schultz some extra life. She'll hit it down the third base side. Gonna be called foul. It went foul right before it reached third base. She will have another chance at it. Zabo into the windup in the pitch. And that's hit right to third base. Just a quick 5-3 put out. And we are scoreless through 3. We will step away.
Number 11, Sasha Emmerich.
Sasha Emmerich, the catcher, will step up to the plate to start the 4th inning. We are still scoreless here. And just a bit of a dribbler to home plate. Ball 1. And another ball called just low the zone, and it's quickly a 2-0 count. Ball 3 now. In serious danger of a 4-pitch walk. Get a leadoff runner on base. Foul back. So a bit of an opportunity for a reset here is strike 1. And just outside, oh no, not just outside, called strike. And it's quickly went from a 3-0 to a full count. And Crawford, a great opportunity to work herself all the way back with a strikeout. They're going to call it a foul tip off the catcher's glove. Remains full. Three-two from Crawford. Fouled off, and we'll do it all again. Three-two again from Crawford. And she'll strike him out. That is her 7th on the game. She is becoming a formidable force on the mound.
Haley is now up and competing with some of our leaders in the GMC for strikeouts. She's competing with Hamilton's Emily Schnapper and Oak Hills' very own.
Annalise Zabo.
But there's one name that leads above them all. Ava Gilbert from Lakota West is really just crushing the competition in strikeouts with 40, which is 10 above the second leader. Ava Gilbert from Lakota West has been having a great season as well, and she will be proving her stuff against Oak Hills on Monday, and then our very own Lakota's Thunderhawks on Tuesday when they come here to the Hawks Nest to compete.
3-1. Outside, ball 4. And Veneman is walked.
13, Mariah Cook.
And the designated hitter, Mariah Cook, will step up to the plate now. Crawford, every inning so far except for the second, has had a base runner. That ball just falls foul. It appears that Sudnick just lost it in the sun, but it is now an 0-1 count for Cook. Now, one thing I found interesting when I learned the lineups for these teams is Oak Hills is batting a designated hitter for their pitcher, and Lakota East is just batting 1 through 9 with a pitcher in the lineup. As Cook hits one, she'll get to second. The ball hasn't even made it in yet, and all the way around is Veneman, and Cook gets a triple with an RBI tacked on top. And Oak Hills now has their first point of the game, first run, excuse me, and the lead.
I find it funny how you said point.
I know, this is the sport I know the most about, and I still made that slip up. Man. Crawford gonna need to recover here against Hackworth. She'll throw strike 1. Lays down the bunt, goes backwards, strike 2. Just outside. And it's a 1-2 count. Wind up in the pitch from Crawford. Gets a swinging strike 3. And a quick recovery for Crawford, trying to limit the damage. Now Taylor Randall steps up. High ball 1. Mariah Cook over at third base. She's playing a little bit of, she's playing with Avery Schulte a little bit, she's dancing off and on the base. Hard to tell when she's gonna go and when she isn't. Quick dribbler to second. Schulte flips it over to Sudnick. Bottom of the fourth now. East still looking for a response. Even just a run on the board. I mean, dare I say they are looking for a hit. I mean, they've been held hitless. Their only base runner coming off of a walk in the first inning. How can East look for just a way to get on base here? Try to tie up this game.
This East team is just trying to get 1 point on that board to keep up. One run. No! You infected me, Liam.
Oh, man. One slip up and it's just over, man. That's how it is, I guess.
Downhill from here.
The 1-1.
The 1 run. They're just trying to get 1 run on that board. You know, this East team has been holding their own for the past 3 games with a 8-2 win against Western Brown, 7-4 win against Little Miami, and last Thursday they won 5-1 versus Springboro. But then again, this team has not seen a GMC opponent, so those wins are not as important as this game.
Takes the ball. It's now 2-2 on the count. Steps back into the box. A little blooper over the head into left field, and an errant play by the left fielder, Rice. And Yori Schulte has a double. That's the first hit for this Lakota East offense. And hopefully some life is now in those batters' boxes. And East can find an equalizer. Crawford fouls off. It's an 0-1 count. She'll call a batter's timeout. Step out of the box. Now she'll step back in. Schulte steps off, but it's only a foul ball back. And it's an 0-2 count now for Kaylee Crawford. Crawford, quick reset, and Zabo. The windup in the pitch. Low for ball 1. Thought about throwing back to Schulte, but she gets back to second. And now East. The golden opportunity here. Little dribbler over to third. And it gets past. Crawford starts running. Schulte's coming home. She will score, and Kaylee Crawford with an RBI double to even up this game at 1 apiece. And still without an out now, Lakota East has some life as they will take a mound visit to kind of discuss, because this is not what they're used to seeing out of Zabo. She is one of the top pitchers in the GMC through 21.2 innings coming into this game, a 1.98 ERA, second in the GMC, as I mentioned. Now Haley Thompson, one of the star seniors, steps up to the plate. Zabo, the windup and pitch. Swings right through it for strike one. He'll readjust the gloves and then step back into the box. Still no way here in the bottom of the fourth. High ball. Quickly, it's a 1-1 count. Until if you are Lakota East, you'd love to just start pouring on some runs here, would you not?
Hey, I mean, they just really got to get that score up just so they can blow out this team like they had before.
Quick pop-up. Caught directly by Lecoq. One away now. And Avery Schulte, the catcher, will step up to the plate. Crawford's still out at second base. And there's still a golden opportunity here. High pop-up, out of bounds, not able to be caught by the catcher. And that's strike one. Avery, one of the few members of this Lakota East team that is not wearing batting gloves. Just likes the grip on the bat better, I guess. Three players out towards first base side. No one catches it. It's an 0-2 count. And the umpire's going to switch out the softball. Right back to it. You can hear the heavy wind here as Avery Schulte will strike out. And after those two hits in the equalizing run, East is falling back into their old offensive ways. Can Juliet Sudnick change that around?
Juju is one of the strongest hitters on this team with 6 hits, but she has a .5 average.
Zabo into position, wind up, pitch, swings right through it, strike two. And Zabo with a perfect opportunity to get out of this inning with only the 1 run scored. And strand Crawford over at second base. The pitch fouled back. It will remain 1-2. 0-2. You know, that breeze is quite nice, even if it is kind of heavy, because it is quite humid outside today.
Yeah, with the on and off rain, it has caused it to be a little bit uncomfortable, especially with our team wearing their black jerseys today.
I mean, it's not much better for Oak Hills either. They are light gray, but still, gray is not a bright color. Sudnick fouls it back again. Still sitting at 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 outs.
This East team is in a delicate spot with Yori being back there on second base. They just want her to come all the way home, put them in the lead.
High ball, and Kaylee Crawford will move up to third.
Oh, is that Kaylee?
Yes.
Sorry.
But Crawford moves up to third on the wild pitch, and it is now a 2-2 count. get, Sudnick, or as she likes to be called, Juju. Just a little blue pit could get the points, but she will swing through strike 3, stranding Crawford at 3rd, but we are now tied at 1, entering the 5th. Top of the 5th about to get underway here from the Lakota East softball field up against Interstate 75. You know, the traffic seems to be flowing pretty well on I-75 right now.
Man, can't you hear the roar of the cars?
Yeah, it's a good day to be driving. Kelsey Schuler will step up to bat, leading off for Oak Hills here in the 5th. In her last at bat, struck out swinging, and she will look at ball number 1 high in the zone, or high above the zone.
Despite it being a good day for some softball, I bet some of these girls wish they were on the beach down in Destin, where the rest of our school is for their spring break.
Well, some could argue that playing the sport that you love is just like vacation.
Yeah, speaking of loving this sport, Kaylee Crawford loves the sport so much that she decided to verbally commit to Findlay University back in the fall. She's just hoping to get on a 4 on that AP Lang exam so she can, you know, knock that off her college class list.
You know, I have a lot of faith in everyone heading into AP season coming up.
Man, you think that your spring season is tough enough, but then you got to go to AP boot camp week before your exams, early in the morning while the rest of the school's sleeping.
I know I'll be there. Probably mostly for AP Gov. I might mix in some AP Lane, but AP Gov is the one I'm worried about the most. Just there's so much information.
And Liam, I wish I had that problem, but I will be sitting in AP Lang with Miss Foldy writing my essays. Because for the life of me, I cannot write an essay under 40 minutes.
Anyways, about softball, full count. The pitch.
Yay.
Strikeout looking. Crawford running it up. Her 9th of the game. And with 1 away, now up to bat is Lily Rice, the senior center fielder. Fakes the bunt attempt, tries to pull back as the ball sails out of the strike zone. See, first and third are playing pretty far in, trying to prevent the bunt from causing any real damage. And that one is called a strike. It's now a 1-1 count. The pitch to Rice. High, ball 2. She was able to pull back in time. Two-one count. Crawford will throw one right down the middle of the zone, and it's a 2-2. And a swinging strike 3. The 9th strikeout for Crawford in this one. And a great opportunity now. Strike 1 called on the swing from Hoffmeyer. And it's now an 0-1. 2 outs here in the 5th. Chilling out of the way of ball number 1. Dealt from Crawford. Crawford trying to find another way of a peaceful inning. Two, 1 count. High, ball 3 now. Stepping back into the box, Brooke Hoffmeyer, ready for the 3-1 pitch. And that's hit into center field. It's gonna fall into the gap. She will get a double. So some 2-out life for the Oak Hills Highlanders. And Emily Lecoq will now step up to the plate. And she'll pitch low for ball 1. And Lecoq fouls back. The pitch. 1-1 count now. Pitch to Lecoq, called a strike 2. Likely just on the edge of the zone there. And Crawford, an opportunity to get out of this one. High fly to right field. Morath follows it, and she'll make the catch. And another easy inning for Kaylee Crawford as we head to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 1. Bottom of the 5th about to get underway, and Maddie Offner will lead off Lakota East. 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far in this game. And the wind blows again. She'll take a strike. I'm not entirely sure I agreed with that call. It was a little outside there. But regardless, 0-1 count now. We could use some ABS at a moment like that. High pop up into foul territory. Will sail into the stands. And it's now 0-2 to Maddie Offner. Steps out. It's a little practice swing and steps back into the box now. The 0-2. Hits it into left field. It'll be fair off the wall. Offner will pull into second with a leadoff double to open up the fifth, and they are within a dangerous distance. Carly Damon will step up to the plate now. Also struck out in her last at bat.
Now, I don't know if you saw Maddie's little celebration, but I don't know how much Miss Myring would agree with that sportsmanship. But, hey, whatever works.
Bit of a loose ball there. Doesn't go too far. So it's a 1-0 count. Offner stays at second. One thing I found interesting for the most part in softball is games are pitched typically entirely by the same pitcher for all 7 high school innings. Not always what you see, especially as you reach higher professional levels. Typically they start subbing out pitchers.
Well, I mean, both of these teams have one pitcher that stands out of the lineup. So it makes sense to keep him in, right, Liam?
You would think. As long as as long as they feel fine, they're not overworking their arm. A 4-pitch walk there to Carly Damon, and it's first and second with still no outs. And Addison Morath, the right fielder, will step up. She's had a handful of great catches so far in this one. She has a solid opportunity to bring home some runs. Not the best coming into this game with a 111 batting average, but she does have a home run on the season. So we know she has it in her. It's just about staying disciplined. Tries to lay down the bunt. Does not work. It passes by the bat, and it is an 0-2 count. Frames the plate. Zavo into her windup. The pitch. Foul back. We remain at 0-2. The 0-2 count. And the 0-2 pitch. High for ball 1. Morath has had some discipline struggles at the plate so far, but if she can figure it out here, it would greatly benefit her team. Hit out to center field, it gets down, and we are going to have bases loaded now off the single from Addison Morath. Still no outs, bases loaded, and the top of the lineup comes up with Kaylor Schultz, who already has 5 hits on the season, and it looks like they are going to be pulling Zabo or just having a mound visit with the coach. We will see in just one. We will see what happens. If if she is pulled, the typical substitute pitcher is Peyton Veneman. However, they are going to leave her on the mound, showing some trust.
Yeah, this is a very important and kind of stressful time. I can only imagine what Kaylor is thinking right now.
Wind up pitch. Swings through it. Strike one. Offner at third. Damon at second. Morath at first. No outs. Tie game. High. Ball one. And you know you don't have to get a hit here either. A walk will do the exact same job as getting a little line drive for one run would do. So don't be afraid to remain disciplined in this situation. Little pop right to the first baseman, one away. With one away, Yori Schulte, who already has a double in this one, will step up to the plate. Line up in the pitch. Outside to the left, ball one. Schulte, no stranger to big moments like this. Last season on JV, she was a crucial player. Outside ball two. It's working the count now.
Now, Liam, while a walk would be great, or even a double if Yori has another one in her, I'm hoping for a grand slam. I don't know about you.
That would really be a backbreaker for Oak Hills and put East in a comfortable position. Ball sails out of bounds, out of play. In a 2-2 count. Schulte. Zabo taking a bit of time. Getting the ball grip exactly how she wants it. Schulte will pop it into the outfield. That'll drive into a 2-run double for Yori Schulte. And Morath moves up to third. Big time play there.
This score is looking a lot like the last time they matched up against Oak Hills, which was last year in May when East won 4-1.
Crawford to left field. The left fielder misses the catch. Morath will score. Schulte will score. Crawford to third. A 2-run triple. And East leads 5-1.
This East team really showing their dominance on that field and just showing that they are not someone to mess with.
This is huge here. And the coach talking to the umpire a little bit, and there's going to be a pitching change. So, first baseman, her name, the first baseman, Peyton Veneman, is going to be switching to pitcher, and taking over at first base is going to be Mariah Cook. And that'll be all for Zabo. giving up 5 runs, 4 of which came in the 5th.
Now, one of the best things that you can do as a coach is switch it up a little bit, and maybe this new change and this new pitcher could bring Oak Hills a little bit of footing in this game.
Gonna get some practice throws. We'll step away for a very brief moment. We are back. Haley Thompson will step up to the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th and a runner on 3rd. Thompson is 0 for 1 in this game, or 0 for 2, excuse me. But can she get a crucial hit here? Out to left field. Missed again by that left fielder. That is her 3rd missed catch of the game, and Haley Thompson will get an RBI double, bringing home Kaylee Crawford. And Avery Schulte steps up to the plate. We are getting dangerously close to batting around in the inning alone for Lakota East. Schulte takes a strike. She'll take ball 1 there. The pitch. Schulte out to center field. And it is caught. 2 away now. And Juju Sudnick will step up to the plate. She is the 9th batter for Lakota East this inning. So if she's able to get on base here, we will have batted completely around. The ball is in the dirt. Ball 1. That wind continuing to blow like heavy as Sudnick takes strike 1. Like I mentioned it earlier, it is blowing from left field directly towards home plate, which means that the wind resistance against the pitches is significant. Just a quick flip. 5-3, and that will end the inning. But Lakota East able to put 5 on the board. It is now 6-1. ready from the top of the 6th. Kaylee Crawford ready to pitch to Emmerich. 0 for 1 in this game. She'll take ball 1 in the dirt. Now just fouls it back behind the plate, and it's a 1-1 count.
Now, despite the fact that this is our last softball stream until the 24th, we do have a baseball stream coming up on Monday. It's our first baseball stream of the season, and it's against Hamilton. Our baseball team has started their season pretty late compared to the rest of our spring sports, with their first game being against Moeller on the 28th. But now we get to really show our baseball team some love, as well as our softball team.
On Tuesday, we also have Kill the Stigma night for our men's volleyball team. Who are they playing again?
Now, our men's volleyball team plays Mason. We will be streaming it, but I do suggest you come out to support at 6 p.m. because it is a very important night, as it is suicide awareness.
While we will not be streaming it on Tuesday, our softball team is also having their first matchup against Lakota West of 2. Lakota West Broadcasting may be streaming that. We are not entirely certain, but they, if they are streaming, if someone is streaming it, they will be in charge of that. So 2 really awesome games to watch on Tuesday.
Yeah, and if you've got the time, I suggest showing up to our softball field at 5 and moving inside when that men's volleyball team starts their game, just so you can come support both teams. That's the beauty of softball, is that they start real early.
Now batting number
Strikeout in the dirt for Emmerich. She challenges first. An easy put out. And now Veneman will step up. She is 0 for 1 with a walk. No kills. Has not been nearly as dominant as East has at the plate. While East did start slow, that big 5th inning did change a lot of the landscape of this game and really show some of the life and the energy that the dugout can bring. Wind up and pitch from Crawford, fouls it back, and it'll be a 1-2 count. And if I'm not mistaken, we do have another exciting event coming up on Friday that we plan to stream the next Friday. Women's Lacrosse Impact Night is coming up in the distant future.
Now, our women's lacrosse team directly ripped off our football team with their Impact Night, where they gave out T-shirts to their favorite teachers, the ones who impacted their not only academic, but also their entire high school career.
13, Mariah Cook.
Another strikeout there. The 11th for Kaylee Crawford. And quickly 2 away in this top of the 6th. Ball's inside left. Ball 1 call against Cook, who has moved from the designated hitter to first base. There's no longer a designated hitter. Right back to Crawford. She misses the catch, but Schulte flips it to Sudnick. And that'll do it for the top of the 6th. 6-1 the score. just about ready from the bottom of the 6th. And Maddie Offner will lead it off for East, seeing if they can pad their already massive lead heading into the final inning. I think it's more than probable that they can get some quality contact. Veneman going into her 2nd scoreboard inning as a pitcher. Force a high pop up to center field. And Offner will fly out. 1 away. Now Carly Damon will step up to the plate. She was walked in the last inning and did come around as a run later. Hits it down the line, goes foul. Strike 1. High pop up, out of bounds, caught by Cook. 2 away now. And Addison Morath now, she got a single, an RBI. And now a golden opportunity to try and bring in a couple more runs.
Despite only playing the bottom of the 6th inning last game when they played Springboro, Addie has been a very vital part of this game with a couple good catches and getting on base and scoring.
Take 1-1 now from Morath. And Veneman the pitch. And a little blue pit. Morath has another single, and there's a 2-out base runner for Lakota East. Top of the order now. And Kaylor Schultz is going to have her 4th at bat of the game. That's hard to do in 9 innings for professional games. So it's already very impressive that they've gotten 4 at bats in this one. And errand grab. Umpire still calls Morath out at 2nd on the force. That'll do it for the 6th. Questionable call, but the score remains 6-1 as we head to the 7th.
Batting number 21.
3 outs away from a home victory and their first GMC win in their first GMC game. Addie Dennis will come in to pinch hit for Hackworth, the center fielder, do the GMC's best.
Well, she's got some competition in that area with Ava Gilbert from West being a junior as well, and also being committed D1 to Youngstown State University. But in my personal opinion, Kaylee Crawford is the better pitcher because she is one of our own, as Lakota's broadcasting member and a member of our Student Athlete Leadership Team, or SALT.
as they call it. The 2-2 to McNeely. Swings and misses. Crawford with 12 strikeouts, and Oak Hills is down to their final out in this game.
Now batting number 18, Addie Pembroke.
And they once again are subbing in a pinch hitter. Addie Heimbrock subbing out Schuler. And I guess we're just throwing anything to the wind if we're Oak Hills, seeing if anything will stick at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have much of an option here, Liam. Kind of just got to switch it up and see if it works. But Kaylee's out there just having some fun throwing, and she's just really building up her stats there.
And I feel like that's an understatement there. She has been absolutely fantastic. Another high ball, 2-1 count. And that pitch is called a strike. 2-2 count, and Oak Hills is down to their final strike in this game. Can Crawford do it? Fouled backwards. And the at-bat. And the game is alive. I'm Brock back.